Over Christmas, sort of breaking the lockdowns, I was able to get to Kendal and visit Kendal Castle, and it's making more sense to me. The idea of a siege is a way to represent what's going on at the moment, because we don't really know much about how universities, the campus residential property-based model is adjusting. I think the students did get away at the end of last term. How they get back again, or if they get back again, nobody seems to know what the plan is. Even now, we're in sort of middle of January. Not much known. And what happens long term, if there's a move online, and whether the campus buildings, the student accommodation is still viable. No, not much known about it. So I'm still trying to promote the Peter Horrocks lecture, which is available on YouTube, that he gave at Durham a couple of years ago when he was Vice Chancellor of the Open University, explaining why he wanted to invest in FutureLearn as a way of opening up the fortress mentality as he saw it in existing universities. And so the siege idea is to look at what is being said slightly outside of higher education and whether there's much response to it. So I've found a couple of seats outside the walls of Kendal Castle, which is already in ruins, but if we record stuff there, we can do post-production and make it out to be in reasonable condition at the moment. But let's start with a seat towards the north, which is a sort of tech space. And at the moment, I just had a quick look at a book on artificial intelligence by Donald Clark. Not sure which year this is. The Fortress University is still strong, so there may need to be some virtual reality superimposed on Kendal Castle as it is now. But there is a siege going on. Outside the castle there are books such as this one, Artificial Intelligence in Learning, and if you look on YouTube, Donald Clark, The Future of Work in Scotland, AI changes everything in learning. Then later a book, post-corona, Scott Galloway, which is mostly about the United States. Although he starts with globalisation, he doesn't really look outside the USA. But I think we can take the model and apply it to UK universities and see what is going to happen. He just regards it as a luxury good that is very overpriced and ripe for disruption by some kind of online alternative. Later for the join. Inside the Fortress University, a popular book during the siege is this one, the Manifesto for Teaching Online. And there are 2 points to make. We welcome our robot colleagues, but also algorithms and analytics reformat the university. Where is it here? Recode. Algorithms and analytics recode education. Pay attention. This book. There will be another manifesto sometime in 2021. This all needs editing. In the inside the walls, I think the Manifesto for Teaching Online, because it's actually a very balanced book. It's now in book form, and for example, there's quite a lot of reservation about AI. Although robots are welcome, well, I think I'll put this in the clip. Sorry, these are doing intros to the clips, and I might be repeating myself. Outside the Fortress University, which is not a ruin at this point. This is I'm not quite sure when, but the Fortress University is strong, but it is under siege, and that includes this book, Post Corona. The sun's in my eyes at the moment. It is Scott Galloway, and it includes a section on universities, higher education, and the main point I'd like to make at the moment is I think the MOOC scene has gone further than is in the book. There may be a blog or a YouTube post about it, but it doesn't seem to me to be in the book. So Google is working with Coursera, but also Amazon Web Services is working with Coventry University and FutureLearn. So I think there's a lot already going on, forms of knowledge from various sources, and so but there may be an update at some point, or more on YouTube. Yeah, this edit of things put together, it would be nice to be back in the studio, quite honestly. Makes more sense there. I can get in a muddle. The other aspect of this is the Vice-Chancellor's Tower, which is sort of in one of the corners, and there's nobody in it at the moment because there's no information as to what such people are thinking at this time. But they may be in communication with consultants. This is one of the things Ben Williamson considered in a talk. Well, it was recorded in Lancaster, let's say. I'm not sure where he actually was. But the idea that there are sort of fuzzy edges to HE, that some of the management might be talking to digital people, FutureLearn or other people, and so that in the using Kendal Castle as a model for this, you can get line of sight with the Brewery Arts Centre, which certainly was moving into a digital phase before the lockdown, and I guess that will become clearer when visits are available to that. And the other idea that I've got is to continue the locale, the backdrop, the setting towards Kendal Museum, because they've probably got plans, including a plan of the Vice-Chancellor's Tower, which unfortunately is a big puddle. You can record you can use it as a space, but maybe you could recreate it somewhere in the museum. Not sure how that would work, but that's something I'm thinking about. Adam Matthews did another talk again through Lancaster, which I think is quite interesting as a development, because the idea of a post-digital, unbundled or rebundled university is considered, and also the idea of design. So I think some sort of future is possible via looking at that talk that would actually make sense to management. Not quite sure how that would work, but that's a future way it might happen at some point.